Okay, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salam ala sharafil anbiya'i wal mursaleen wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allahumma infa'ni bima 'allamtani wa 'allimni ma yanfa'uni wa zidni ilman. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Everything is important in this class, but some things are really important. Their importance cannot be stressed enough. So today's topic is one of those. Anyway, before going to today's topic, quick review of yesterday's session. Yesterday we saw first of our fragment study, and it was called as idafa. Idafa is basically the presentation or expression of the possessive case in Arabic language. Just like in English, we use the word of or apostrophe s, or use a pronoun to indicate ownership, to indicate possession. Similarly, in Arabic, we create a special construction called as idafa, which consists of two words, a word before of and a word after of. Okay, and the word of does not exist in Arabic. We assume it to be there when this special construction is created. When you have a first word which is in the light form and without al, and the next word immediately after it is converted into the jar state. When you have such condition, the words are right next to each other. First word is light, no al, second word is jar. That's when we assumed there is a of in between these two. Even though we have two words, in English this will get translated into three words. First word, of, second word. So every time you are reading, you come across a light word, 70 to 80% chance this is going to be mudaf ilayh. Okay, so your interpretation should be first word, of, second word. Rasulullahi, messenger of Allah, house of Allah, pen of Zainab. So these are the idafa construction. We saw that from the examples of the Qur'an and some examples from the spoken Arabic, that how the idafa is constructed. And some of you also posted in the group that how do we recognize an idafa and interpret it properly with the first word of, second word. Okay, so that was something, the first of fragment. So inshallah today we are going to study something called as pronouns. This is so important that you will not be able to find hardly, or it's almost impossible to find an ayah without a pronoun, unless the ayah is made up of only one word, Ar-Rahman, yeah. But generally speaking, no, it is not possible to have an ayah which is which is more than a word and there is no pronoun. It is so important. It is so, which means you cannot miss it. And if you don't understand it, don't put enough effort right in the beginning itself. This is the first tipping point for the discouragement of the Arabic study, learning of Arabic studies. It is not hard, but it is embedded so much in the language that it pops up every now and then. So if the student is comfortable, they enjoy it. If they are not, then they are confused. So that's why. And this topic does not restrict itself to only pronoun study by itself. Like for example, broken plurals. Okay, I had a little bit hard time. Okay, fine, no problem. Over a period of time you will get over it, because not necessarily that the broken plural will come as frequent as a pronoun. But pronoun, you cannot escape it. Not only that, the pronoun study is required for the fail study, for the verb study. The charts that we are going to make for the verbs are based on pronoun. They are exact. There is a pronoun behind it, and on the top of that the fail chart is pasted. So you should know what is the pronoun behind it. There's a one-on-one mapping on it. So if you don't understand pronoun, you are going to really have a tough time understanding fail. And that's why you might fail if you don't pay enough attention. Okay, so just a heads up and a word of caution for you that this is really important. Okay, so without further ado, let me share the slide. Okay, and I hope everybody is able to see now. Okay, the slide is shared. What does it say on the screen?
Session 10.
Session 10. Okay, session 10. Pronouns. Again, to keep the things simple and sweet and to focus on the concept, we are going to call these as pronouns and not with their original Arabic terminology. The reason? First, focus on the topic, understand it, master it, then we will just replace the name. Okay, pronoun in Arabic means blah blah blah. We will see it later. Knowing a name is not important. Understanding the concept is more important. Okay. So, although it says that although everything we learn here is important, but this topic is utmost important, blah 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 blah. So the scholars say the pronouns are like backbone of the Arabic language. So those who are doctors, I think I know at least one here, Dr. Mumtaz is there. Anyway, even if you are not a doctor, you understand the importance of backbone. No matter how muscular, how strong a person is, if his or her backbone is injured or weak, hardly of any use. You can't even stand properly on your own weight. It's so tough. So pronouns are like backbone of the Arabic language. If you don't master it at the right time, it's going to affect your overall understanding of the Arabic language. Hardly any ayah without pronoun. Which is the shortest surah in the Quran? Surah Kausar. Surah Kausar. The shortest surah of Quran having only 3 ayahs, and the very first ayah, Inna a'tayna ka. That's it. There you go. There is a pronoun. Now, if I don't know pronoun, I will not be able to understand shortest surah and the very first ayah of that surah. That's it. Flat on the face, because there is a pronoun there. It is so engraved inside the language. Every language, not only Arabic, English. You need the pronoun every now and then. So thousands and thousands of pronouns are scattered all over the Quran. Basically, it means you cannot escape it. So it's not difficult, it's not rocket science, but try to understand the importance of it. If you understand this concept, inshallah, your rest of the whatever it's 10 days, 11 days, whatever are left, they will go very smooth, because they are all based on pronouns. Okay. So I assume you all have memorized this. If not, it's your loss, because that's the first step in understanding the concept. If you are not memorized it, then you will be always flipping the notes. Okay, but if you have, then alhamdulillah. So these are the pronouns. The first row goes huwa, huma, hum. Usually in the normal course, we make sure that everybody has memorized it. But in this fast track course, it is not possible for us to dedicate that amount of time here. So that's the reason I was giving you in advance. Please memorize this. Okay. So huwa, huma, hum. This is the first row of the pronoun. Okay. The first step, we will memorize it. Okay. The next step, I will show you the meaning. The third step, I will give you more details about these pronouns. That will make sure that you have the complete concept of the pronoun there. So, okay. So first row, huwa, huma, hum. Okay. Second row, hiya, huma, again same word, and hunna. Okay. Huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna. Okay. Third row, first word, anta, antuma, antum. Anta, antuma, antum. And the fourth row starts anti, antuma, antunna. And the last 2 words, because there are a total of 14 pronouns, they are ana and nahnu. Just not to affect the rest of the students who have not memorized, I am giving you 2 minutes. Only 2 minutes. Grasp as much as you can. Memorize as much as you can here and here itself. Huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna. Anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna. Ana, nahnu. 2 minutes. Your time starts now. So, huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna. Anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna. Okay, what does this pronoun mean now? So, let's take a look at the meaning of this. Huwa means he. Okay, whatever we call he in English, we will say huwa. Huwa Muslimun, he is a Muslim, right? So huwa is he. Okay, how will I say both of them? Both of them will be huma. So huma means both of them. Huwa, he, huma, both of them. And hum will be they. Okay, hum will be they. So huwa, huma, hum, he, both of them, they. Okay. Then what's meaning of hiya? Well, hiya means she. Hiya means she. Hiya tabibatun. She is a doctor. She is a doctor. Hiya tabibatun. How will you say both of them for female? Huma, same word. So huma could mean both of them male or both of them female. The context will help you decide. What about hunna? Hunna means they, but this time feminine. So you are already getting an idea. First row is masculine, second row is feminine. And that is why it is important to memorize it. Because when you are reading Quran and you come across a word, then the map in the brain tells you where is this word. It's like a Muslimun table. This is in the second row. That means it has to be feminine. Which column? The last column. Hunna. So female. So initially when you do this struggle, your brain gets used to it. And a time comes when you subconsciously start doing this. But that can only come when you do take the first step of memorization. Okay, so huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna, he, both of them, they, she, both of them, they. Okay, what about anta? Anta means you. Anta means you. Anta muhandisun, you are an engineer. Anta. Antuma, both of you. Similarly, antum, all of you. You, both of you, all of you. And these meanings repeat in the bottom row as female. You, female, anti. Both of you, female, antuma. All of you, female, antunna. All of you, female, antunna. And the final two, ana, of course, most of you know it. Ana means I. Ana means I. And nahnu means we. Ana, nahnu. So these are the 14 pronouns with their meanings. And by now you have understood that the first column is singular, second is dual, third is plural, same like the Muslimun table. The only difference is we have 14 words here instead of 9. So that is why this table with the column and the row, it should fit in our brain. Some things are meant for the notes to be inside the notebook or inside your book, whatever it is. Some things are meant to be in the brain as a ready reckoner. This is one of those. Muslimun table should be in the brain, not just in the notes. Pronoun table should be in the brain. Muslimatun table, light table. These things should be in the brain. You don't carry your notebook all the time. So you are going to flip the notes for everything? No, that's not how we study. These things, tables, whatever table is there, it should be in the brain. Okay? So column wise, singular, dual, plural. What about row wise? What row wise? First and third row are masculine. Second and fourth row are feminine. Fifth row is common. So this is how it goes with row wise. Okay? And the first two rows are third person, which means we are talking about someone who is not here. He, she, they, both of them, they are not here. That is third person. And the next two rows are second person, which means we are talking about someone who is in front of us. You, both of you, all of you. That is second person. And the last is ourselves. I, we. That is first person. So unless you have it memorized and the map in your brain, it is difficult. It is difficult. Okay? So if you have not, please make sure that you get this done by the end of the day today, no matter what. Because before fail comes, get this thing done. Okay? I cannot stress this enough. Now, the pronouns come in two flavors. Just like ice cream comes in multi flavors, pronoun comes in two flavors. This is one of those. Okay. Now, these are called as, there are multiple names for it, but the prominent one is, we call it as detached pronouns. Detached pronouns. Some syllabus refer it as independent pronouns, or some call it as original pronouns. Whatever it is, this is one form of pronoun. Huwa, huma, hum. So the name itself tells you, when I say this is detached pronoun, okay, it is going to have its counterpart as attached pronoun. So now you understand. If you have not memorized this, now you have one more table coming up your way to make things more difficult for you. Okay, so if this is attached, if this is detached version, what is the attached version? Let's take a look at that. Okay, that table together, attached and detached, and then we will see the reasons when to be used, which one is used where, why do we need these two flavors of pronouns. Okay, pronouns, attached versions. Okay, so here is the detached one, huwa huma hum, hiya huma hunna, anta antuma antum, and anti antuma antunna. Sorry, okay, so this is structured differently. Okay, fine, no problem. So let's take a look at this first two rows. Huwa. Now huwa is a detached pronoun. It has its cousin which comes in the attached form, which means the detached pronouns will come on their own, means you will not see these words attached with other words, the one that we just studied. They will be independent, they will be by themselves. Like if you say kul huwa Allahu ahad, kul huwa is by itself, that's independent, that's detached pronoun. But they have, each one of them has a cousin which is used in the attached form, and the attached version of huwa is called as who. This is how it looks like. Who is also a pronoun, and it is cousin, it is related to huwa. Okay, we'll see when to use where and what's the difference and all those things. First get used to it, take a look at them, how they look, try to memorize them, try to sync them as much as possible, then we will see the details of it. Okay, so who ka cousin hai huwa. Similarly, the cousin of huma is huma itself, so good for us, no need to memorize new words, same word. Huma ka attached form is huma, and hum ka attached form is also hum. Hum ka attached form is also hum. So huwa huma hum in the attached form becomes hu huma hum, only one word is changed. Similarly, hiya huma hunna, the attached form of hiya is ha. Attached form of hiya is ha. Huma is again huma, and hunna remains hunna. So all in all, in the first 6 words, there are only 2 new words that you need to memorize, hu and ha. So huwa huma hum, hiya huma hunna becomes hu huma hum, ha huma hunna. That's the new table for you. So the white ones is a one table, detached, and the red ones is another table for you to master it, to memorize it by the end of the day today, inshallah. Okay, so those are the first 2 rows. Now there is a trick here, just ignore it, that's okay, that's not that important. We usually discuss that in the if you have a time, but that's okay, just ignore that. If you want to read, you can read later. Okay, now anta antuma antum, and then anti antuma antunna. Okay, so what are the attached form of it? The attached form, now until now they were all related. Huwa is okay, hu and huwa, they sound similar. Hiya and ha also, they also have a ha in them, they sound similar. But now on, they are drastically going to change. Anta ka attached form is ka. Anta ka attached form is ka. That's it. And antuma ka attached form is kuma. And similarly, antum becomes kom. So anta, antuma, antum in the attached form becomes ka, kuma, kom. Similarly, anti, antuma, antunna becomes ki, kuma, kunna. Antuma, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna, ka, kuma, kum, ki, kuma, kunna. That's how you should memorize it. Okay? So you just need to memorize the first step. That anti is ki, antuma is kuma, and antunna is kunna. And the last 2 which remain, ana and nahnu, they become, ana has actually 2 forms. One is ya, and the other is ni. You can say ye and ni, or ya or ni. So everybody has one cousin, ana has 2 cousins, ya and ni. And nahnu in the attached form becomes na. Nahnu becomes na. So irrespective of whether you have memorized the detached form or not. I'll give 2 minutes more for everyone to get this sink in two tables. One is hua huma hum and the other starts as hu huma hum, ha huma hunna, ka kuma kum, ki kuma kunna, ye ni na. So try to sink in as much as possible. 2 minutes for you. So here is a master slide that explains you everything about pronoun. All the information that is related to pronoun. If there is one slide that I need to study and understand it inside out, this is the one. This is the master slide of the pronouns. It has all the information in it. So if you pay close attention to it, first of all, it has the detached table into this. If you see the light rows, hua, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna, alternate rows. So that's a detached form. And inside that, in the darker rows, there is a attached table. Hu, huma, hum, ha, huma, hunna, ka, kuma, kum, ki. So the detached table. On the right side, you will see the person is shown. Which rows indicate third person, which second person, and which first person. It also gives you other details like the status of the pronouns. Now, here is the thing. The pronouns at the core of them, yes, they are all isms. They are all isms. And we have studied that all the isms indicate their status by ending sound or ending combination. Well, pronouns are a little bit different. They don't follow that tradition. They say that no, we have our own rules. We don't indicate rafa nasbijar by ending sound or ending combination. No, we have our own rules. So what is that rule? The rule is simple. The pronouns say that all the detached pronouns, irrespective of how they look like, जैसे भी वो दिखते हैं, चाहे उनके एंड में दम्मा है, फता है, कसरा है, कुछ के ऊपर तो सुकून है, हुम सुकून है, अंतुम एंड में सुकून है, doesn't matter how it looks like. If it is a detached pronoun, the status is rafa. If it is a detached pronoun, it is rafa. So if you see all the light rows alternate first, third, fifth, it's written rafa, rafa, rafa on hua, huma, hum, hiya, huma. All of them are rafa. Why? Because they are detached pronouns. All the detached pronouns are rafa irrespective of their ending. Don't go by ending. Similarly, all the attached pronouns, they are either nasb or jar, but they can never be rafa. They can never be rafa. So if you see the alternate rows, hu, huma, hum, ha, huma, hunna, they are all written as nasb or jar, nasb or jar, nasb or jar. And the context will decide it. We will see how to figure that nasb or jar. But they are always nasb or jar, never rafa. And the detached pronouns can never ever be nasb or jar. No. Every time you come across a detached pronoun, rafa. Attached pronoun, nasb or jar. Fixed. So it's easier here than the rest of the isms where you have to check the ending sound, ending combination, dhamma, fatha, kasra, ani, aini, una. No, none of that business. Just see if it is a detached pronoun, rafa, attached pronoun, nasb or jar. That's it. Okay? That's the another information which is given here. The meanings is also given there. He, both of them, they, all the meanings are also provided. Okay? Now, one last thing which needs explanation in this table is if you see these words like the attached form especially, who is also written as he. Huma is also written as hima. Hum is also written as him. Hunna is also written as hinna. What is this business? Okay. Don't get too much hyped up about it. Who, he, or huma, hima, or hum, him, these are same words. No difference. Who is same as he. Its status is same, number is same, gender is same, everything is same. Huma is same as hima, and hum is same as him, hunna is same as hinna. So why do I need two flavors? Well, that's because Arabs were very particular about their language. They were very, very sensitive. It was like a pet for them. They were caring it too much because they didn't have anything like you and me, mobile and TV and all those stuff to keep ourselves busy and away from the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All they had was the nature and this language. And all they used to do in their spare time was, use this language in the best possible way. So they were very much sensitive about that language. So anything they found that this is not very eloquent, ये बहुत मतलब ये लफ्ज़ pronunciation में थोड़ा difficult है, tongue twister है, या is not sweet, they used to modify it. So as a result of that, whenever there was this sound of kasra and dhamma, or kasra or fatha, like ई के बाद ऊ, उई और यू, ऐसी आवाज़ जो भी आएगी, they used to smooth it out. No, we are not going to say that. That's not eloquent. That doesn't suit our Arabic language. So we are going to make it like. So they used to modify some of the endings. If you study the higher Arabic studies, you will realize there is too many things that they have modified. This is the most basic. So if sometimes, let's say, let me give you an example to explain this. You see, if I say the word Rabb, and I want to say, Rabb means master, and I want to say his master. So what I will do is, okay, I want his master, which means master of his. Okay, so I will attach a pronoun to it. So the pronoun to attach for his is who. Okay, so Rabbu and who, I will attach who to it, Rabbuhu. So if you see the translation of Rabbuhu, it will be his master or master of his, Rabbuhu, that's okay. But if for some reason the word Rabbu changes from Rabbu to Rabbi, Rabbu to Rabbi, and now if you want to say his Rabb using the word Rabbi, it's going to become Rabbihu. It's going to go from down to up, Rabbihu. This, according to them, was not eloquent. This is tongue twister, or this is too much difficult on the tongue, or not very sweet. So what they said, hey, whenever you have this word Rabbi in the E, rather use he version of who, because it goes well. Rabbihi is easier and sounds nice than Rabbihu. Okay? So same thing with Huma and Hima, same thing with Hunna and Hinna. Whenever they had this issue of eloquency, they used to change it. So that's the only reason they have these two flavors. Otherwise, their name, number, status, gender, type, everything remains same. It's just aesthetical reason, or just superficial reason. We have who, he, Huma, Hima, Hunna, Hinna. I hope that concept is clear. So wherever you get this Hinna, who, he, just treat it like it is a who only. Hima is Huma only. Okay? I hope that is clear. Any questions on this so far?
No, sir, it's clear.
Okay. So let's take a look at some examples. It will become more clear what I talked about so far. It's all theoretical, but that's what is required. Now, as I told you, all the pronouns are isms, and every ism, I told you, every time you come across the word ism, the first bell that should ring is what is the SNGT. So I just told you the status. How do we do the status? We don't look at their ending. The status is done by knowing whether the pronoun is attached, detached, or detached. So status, irrespective of the endings, all the detached pronouns are rafa. Similarly, all the attached pronouns are nasb jar. Easily done. Okay, what about number? How will I know the number of that ism? Well, we know that first column is singular, second is dual, last is plural. So if the word is in the second column, it is dual. So it is easier here. We don't need to check for ani, aini and all that stuff. If your word, that's why the memorization is so important of the pronouns, that you will not be able to guess all these things. So the number means singular, dual, plural. Okay, what about the gender? Well, the gender is also sorted out. The first and third row are masculine, second and fourth row are female. That's it. So just check where your word belongs to. Is the word in the fourth row? It's a female. Is it in the second row? That's again a female. Okay. So status is done, number is done, gender is done. What about type? Can you tell me what's the type? Is it common or proper?
Common.
Common? Didn't we study the seven ways to make the word proper? Was it pronoun not one of the way? Didn't we study that? Pronoun was one of the 7 ways. So these are all proper. Every time you see a pronoun, irrespective of whether it is attached or detached, they are all proper. So this is the SNGT for the pronoun. Easily done. Okay? Relatively, it is easy for the pronouns to decide the SNGT. Okay. Good. Important note regarding pronouns. Okay, what's the important note? Tell me. Okay, so this is the important rule actually, you should remember. every time a pronoun attaches to an ism. Okay, a pronoun can attach to multiple different entities. We'll see that when we maybe tomorrow, not tomorrow, day after tomorrow, we'll see all the combinations to whom the pronoun attaches. Okay, so this is one of the case. Every time you see a pronoun attaching to an ism, like the example just I gave you, Rabbuhu, Rab is ism, I attach hu, it always creates idafa. It's always interpreted as mudaf, mudaf ilay. The ism to which the pronoun attaches becomes mudaf, and the pronoun itself becomes mudaf ilay. The pronoun itself becomes mudaf ilay. Every time, जब भी आप देखेंगे इसम है उसको pronoun attach हो गया, idafa. Translate it as idafa. Every time. Here is one more example. If you did not understand the Rabbuhu, look at this example. Kitabuhu. Kitabuhu. Okay? So the kitabuhu is made up of two words. One is kitabu, okay, and the other is hu. Both are fused together to create kitabuhu. Now, if you have revised the yesterday's session, it should immediately ring the bell. Look at the word kitab. It is light. It doesn't have al on it. Aha, candidate for mudaf. Now, do I have a mudaf ilay? Well, I have an attached pronoun, and we were told that the attached pronoun could be nasb, could be jar. But at the same time, we were also told that if it could be, it is. So, I need this to be jar, it is jar. So, that is why kitabuhu is the combination of mudaf and mudaf ilay. Okay, kitabu is mudaf and the kitab hu is the attached pronoun. So as I told you, it could be nasb or jar, it is jar here. Okay, so if you translate this, it is mudaf, mudaf ilay. How do we translate this? Then we should translate it like book of his. Kitabuhu, book of his. But in the proper English, we don't say book of his, we say his book. We say his book. That's why kitabuhu is translated as his book. So the important thing to take away from this slide is every time I see a pronoun attached to an ism, idafa. Translate it as idafa. Okay? That's a golden rule. Pronouns practice. Okay. Identify the independent version. Okay, independent means detached of the attached pronoun, then specify status, number, gender. So you will be shown a word. You are supposed to identify there is an attached pronoun there. What is the detached form of it? And then provide the status, number, gender for the attached version. So 4 things. First, identify the detached form. Then give the status, number, gender for the attached pronoun here. Here is the first word. Rabbakum. Rabbakum. Okay. What's the pronoun here? Kum. What is the detached form of kum? No. Antum. Antum is the detached form of kum. Remember, kum is the attached form. Antum is the detached form. Antum is the detached form of it. Okay, what's the status of kum? No, we cannot say nasab or jar. I gave you the context. It is attached to an ism.
Jar.
We just studied. Every time you have a pronoun attached, it should be jar. You cannot say nasb or jar now. If I asked you only kum, yeah, then your answer is correct, nasb or jar. But I am giving you a context. It is attaching to an ism. That's it. It has to be jar. No other option. It has to be jar. Okay, what's the number on this kum?
Singular.
Singular is ka.
Plural.
Ka, kuma, kum. Kuma, kum. Ka, kuma, kum. It's a plural. Kum is plural. Kum is plural. What's the gender? Masculine. So these exercises will become smooth only when you have memorized and understood the status, number, gender, everything about the pronoun in the attached and detached. Otherwise it will be like singular, dual, no, attached, detached. That's why You have to sit down, give dedicated 15-20 minutes. What are the detached form? What are the attached form? How do I do the status, number, gender? How do they look like? It will become easier. Okay. Anyway, here's the second one. Rasulihi. What is the pronoun here? He. He is the pronoun. What is the detached form of he? Huwa. Huwa is the detached form. He is actually who. But since the word Rasuli is ending in kasra, Rasuli who would be difficult. So they said, don't use who, just use he. He form. He is only for the ease of pronunciation. Rasulihi. Rasulihi. So who is the attached form of huwa? What is the status of he?
Masculine.
Status, not gender, status.
Singular.
Status. First make it clear what is status, what is number, what is gender. Status means rafa nasb jar. Number means singular, dual, plural. Gender means masculine, feminine. Yeah, it is jar because Rasul is a ism. It has to be jar. It has to be jar. Yes? What's the number?
Singular.
Yeah.
Singular.
Number is singular. What about the gender?
Masculine.
Masculine. It comes in the first row, so it is masculine. Okay? Rasulihi. This is how we do the SNGT. What about this? Waliduki. What's the pronoun here? Ki. Ki is the pronoun. What's the detached form of ki? Anti. Not ana. Anti. Anti. It is anti, not anti. Anti. So ki is the attached form of anti. Anti, antuma, antunna. Ki, kuma, kunna. That's how it goes. What's the status of ki? Jar. Walid is the ism. Right? Waliduki, your father. So jar. What about the number? Singular. Number is singular. Number is gender? Feminine. Waliduki, your father. Rabbakum, your master. All of you, master of all of you. Rasulihi, his messenger. Messenger of his. Rabbakum, master of you all. Father of you. Mudaf mudafili. Every time you have a pronoun, it creates idafa. Abduhu, pronoun? Who? Yes, detached form is huwa. Detached form is huwa. Okay, what's the status of who? Jar. Attached to an ism. Jar. What's the number? Singular. What's the gender?
Masculine.
Who is masculine. Now the who form is used. Why? Because the word is ending in dhamma. Abdu. So no need to use he. Just use who. See that? That's the only difference. Rasul, for Rasul, he was used because the Rasul word was ending in kasra. And Abdu word is ending by default dhamma. So we use the default who. So this is the basics of a pronoun attaching to an ism, creating an idafa. Any questions on this?
No, sir, I didn't like you.
Okay, good.
If the sir,
Yeah, go ahead.
if the ism has rafa status
Ism means
and
okay.
has a rafa status, and the attached pronoun also has a rafa status, but it is considered as a jar.
Hold on. There's a mistake here. You said if the ism is a rafa status and the attached pronoun is also rafa status, attached pronoun can never be rafa. I just made it clear. It can only be nasb or jar. Attached pronoun can never be rafa. Is that clear?
Yeah, it can only be
Nasb or jar. Yeah. So now what's the question?
Only like when we see it, it will just follow the sign of the mudaf.
No. What do you mean follow the sign of mudaf? What do
I
you
mean like Rasuli, it had the attached pronoun had kasra on it.
No.
For Abdu, it had the
So,
That is
okay. So if that is the reasoning, then if the word is abda, then what are you going to use? If the word is abda, what pronoun are we going to use?
Who?
So that's not matching then. If you are thinking it's matching that, then it's not matching. Who is Dhamma?
okay. Yeah.
See, that's why I'm making it clear. There is no pronoun as ha. So I mean, ha means only with fatha. There's a alif there. So we are not matching with the Rasuli is he and Rasulu is who. No, we are not trying to match it. It is just that the pronoun is who only. But when you have the e sound, e, u, this is not acceptable for them. So they said make it e just to sound it. So it's not matching it. There are only two versions, u and e. So even if you have a, it's going to be u only. So it's not matching.
For the
It
ease
is.
of pronunciation.
Yeah, the eve sound or ui sound, u se ekdam e se ekdam. They said this is not wrong, but does not match the status of the Arabic language. Arabic language is considered to be very eloquent, very sweet, very very high level. So this eve sound doesn't match. So they said, okay, for the pronunciation sake, just say e only. Don't say eve. Just say e. So it's not matching. It is just, if it is kasra is there, they will keep it to kasra. If it is u, then use the default. That's what it is. So just a correction on understanding. It might look like that, but it's not that. Just eve sound avoid karna. That's why. Yes.
Sir, one question.
Please go ahead.
Sir, when you said whenever a pronoun is attached to an ism, it is an idafa and that pronoun is jar.
Yes.
So, attached pronoun can never be nasb.
It can be. But the examples that we are
So
seeing, that's what I said. We are going to study all the cases where the pronoun attaches and there is a different status of nasb or jar. We are going to study that day after tomorrow. Today we are studying attaching to ism, and every time it attaches to ism, it is going to be jar. That does not mean there is no nasb case there. There is, but we are not studying today.
Okay.
Okay?
Sir,
Yeah.
the reason, as you said, nasb and jar.
Nasb. No. Hello. Let's correct some. Not nasb and jar. It's always nasb or jar. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. So, specific reason for not being rafa,
What not being rafa?
the pronouns, it
The-
cannot be in the rafa stage.
They can be. Who said that? Who said the rafa? All the detached pronouns are rafa. Hua, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna, ana, ana, anu. These are all rafa. Did you join the session late?
Might be I missed on that part of it because I was waiting for it. Okay.
Okay. So there are two flavors of pronoun, detached and attached. All the detached pronouns, which means hua, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna, ana, nahanu. These are detached form. They are all rafa. Doesn't matter how their ending looks like. If it is detached, it is rafa. And the second flavor of pronoun is attached pronouns, which is hu, huma, hum, ha, huma, hunna, ka, kuma, kum, ki, kuma, kunna, yi, ni, na. This is attached. They are all nasb or jar. If they attach to ism, they are 100% jar.
Jar. Yes, that is clear.
Right? Now let me let me clear the other thing also. Why do I need these two flavors of pronoun? Why are they there? Well, the reason is because, tell me, what are the two other English words related to I? They are not I but related to I. What are the two other words? Huh? No. V is not related to I. I said I relate. Huh? My and
My or me.
my or me. Right? My or me. These are not I but related to I. Okay? They are related to. Now, there are specific usages of I, me, my. You cannot replace them. But they have the same meaning related to me. I, me, my. Right? Can you please mute your mic? Somebody is typing here. So, if I say I am an engineer, okay, that's a valid sentence. I am an engineer. But can I say me an engineer or my an engineer? No, it doesn't make sense. You don't use me and my there. You need I there. Oh, this book is I. No. This book is mine. This is I house. No, this is my house. So you see that there are specific situations where you use I, specific situations where you use mine and my. Same thing in Arabic. When I want to use I will use ana. When there is a need for me or my, I will use the ye or ni version. What are the two words related to he? Please mute your mic, please. Somebody's mic is open and I'm hearing a lot of sound here. What are the two words related to he? His and him. His and him. So if I want to use he, I will use huwa. But if I want to say his or him, I will use the attached form, hu, which will convey the meaning of his or him. That's why Rabbuhu is not he Lord, he master of he. No, master of him. So the detached forms have a specific usage, attached form have a specific usage. Depending upon how we are using it, you will use the attached or detached. But anyway, we don't have to use it. We only need to interpret the text, the Quranic text especially. So you should be able to understand that when it is attached, I should translate it like a his or him. When it is detached, then it will be he. Same thing with nahnu. Nahnu means we. Okay. So the two words related to we are us or our. So when it is attached, it will be us or our. When it is detached, it will be nahnu. Keep that in mind. Those are the specific usages of attached and detached pronouns. Is that clear to everyone? When do we use which? Why do we need two flavors of pronouns?
Yes, alhamdulillah.
Yes. Okay. Like kul huwa Allahu ahad. Kul huwa. Say he is Allah. It doesn't say him is Allah. Say his is Allah. No. He didn't say who. He said huwa. Huwa means he. So the detached ones have these meaning. That's why I showed you the meanings there for the detached ones. Okay. Attached will be the related words. Now here is a final exercise before we close everything. Just one more good practice for your pronoun. Here are the pronouns shown in the English and Arabic language. What you are supposed to do is I'm going to show you 3-4 different words. You are supposed to attach that ism with these pronouns and tell me how will they sound or how will they look like in Arabic. For example, there are pronoun her, both of yours, theirs, his, and then the same thing is written in Arabic so that your brain gets to used to both. Nahnu, anti, antum. Now these are all detached. Now what we are expected is I'm going to show you a word, excuse me, and you are supposed to use the attached versions of this and make the word. For example, if you use the word kitab, okay, the default is rafa and heavy, so the word will be kitabun. Okay, so now you want to say is kitabun but with her. So the English word will be her book. How will you say in Arabic? Her kitab, her book.
Kitabuha.
Kitabuha. Kitabuha. Her book. It will be kitabuha. Ism, attached pronoun, idafa. Book of hers. Her book. Kitabuha. How will you say both of yours book?
Kitabuhuma.
No. Kitabuhuma. Kitabuhuma would be third person. We need second person.
Kitabukuma.
Kitabukuma. So you have to pay attention to the number, gender, person, translation, attached, detached. All these things come into picture. It's not easy to translate. We don't realize it. In the back of the mind, all these things is getting processing, just like a computer. When you give certain commands, so many things happen. First of all, you type, then the signals are taken from the keyboard, they are converted into digital form, sent through the wire or wireless to your receiver. The receiver takes it, decodes it, gives it to the processor tries to decode it, then the answer is given and then it's displayed. So many things happen in the computer and then we see it on the screen. But we don't realize it. We push the button, we see it on the screen. Same thing here. When we translate, so many things have to be processed in the back of the mind to get the translation right. Okay? And it comes over a period of time by practice and more practice. So, kitabukuma. What about their book?
Kitabuhum.
Kitabuhum. Kitabuhum. His book?
Kitabuhu.
Kitabuhu. Kitabuhu. Now we want to say the same in the Arabic. Nahnu kitabu. How will you say our book?
Kitabuna.
Kitabuna. Na is the attached form of nahnu. So you have to use the attached form. Nahnu ka attached form Na. Kitabuna. What about anti? Your book?
Kitabuki.
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 Kitabuki. Book of you all? Yeah, no, Kuma. Kuma means dual. Every time you see the A sound, Kuma, Antuma, Huma, this is dual. आ की आवाज़ आ गई मतलब डुएल है. ओके, सो आ की आवाज़ नहीं है, आ मतलब डुएल के लिए. सो अंतुम विल बी किताबुकुम. सो दैट वाज फॉर द वर्ड बुक, राइट? वी कैन टेक अनदर वर्ड एंड ट्राई इट. लेट्स से कलम, पेन. हाउ विल यू से हर पेन? कलमु. कलमुही. कलमुही. See, first of all, we need her. For her, there is no who, he. Who is only converted to he, that's the masculine. So for feminine, it's only one, ha. That's it. So don't introduce new pronouns. We already have too many. Kalamu, ha. That's it. Her pen. Her pen. Her pen. Kalamu, ha. What about both of yours pen? Kalamu, huma. Kalamu. Kuma, yours. Huma is third person. Hua, huma, hum, third, first row. We need second person. So, kalamu, kuma. Their pen. Kalamu, hum. Their pen. His pen. Only specific one or two students are replying. Rest of all of them are enjoying. Kalamuhu. Kalamuhu. What about our pen?
Kalmuna.
Kalamuna. It's not kalmuna, kalamuna. Kalamuna. Okay? Your pen, feminine, singular.
Kalamuki.
Kalamuki. All of yours pen. Kalamuku. Kalamuku. Okay, let's use another word. Hakibatun. Hakibatun means purse or wallet. Her purse. Remember that when we attach a pronoun, it becomes idafa, and the hakibatun should change to hakibatu because it has to be light. Okay, to act as mudaf. Hakibatun ha would be wrong. Hakibatu ha. Hakibatu ha. Both of yours wallet? Hakibatu kuma. Their wallet? Hakibatuhum. His purse, his wallet? No ha would be wrong. Ha is feminine, his is masculine. So hakibat, keep that in mind. Okay, what about our purse? Hakibatuna. Your wallet, ladies? Hakibatuki. Okay, all of yours wallet? Hakibatukum. Okay, fine. Hakibatukum. Okay, last one, last practice. Sayyaratun, car. Her car. Sayyaratuha. Okay, both of yours car. No. Sayyaratuhu. No.
Sayyaratu kuma.
Yes, Sayyaratu kuma. Both of yours car. Keep the status, number, gender in mind. Their car. Sayyaratuhum. His car. Sayyaratuhu. His car. Nahnu. Sayyaratuna.
Sayyaratuki.
Sayyaratukum. Okay, so this is a good exercise for you to make sure that, okay, did I understand it correctly, or where is the confusion, where am I mixing it up, which part is ambiguous to me. This is something very, very important. Please dedicate some time today when you get the notes, and don't forget to watch the video once again. You see, what I have found is, if you are lucky one, because our previous batch students, all the 10 years, whatever they have studied, they never got the video version to revise. All they had was, unless they have recorded, that's a difference. We don't record our sessions. This is the first time in the history of Quran and Arabic Foundation I am recording the session, and this course is being conducted completely free, and it is being made available on YouTube. So you don't understand how lucky you are, because once you attend the live session, and then in some part of the day when you go through that video, it's like taking your understanding to a completely new level. Now when you go for the second time and you have a video, not just the notes, it really solidifies the understanding. You don't understand the importance. If you have not been watching the video, then you are missing out the blessing that Allah has provided in this month. The previous student did not have this. So it is, instead of spending next 4 or 5 months revising it, go through this session, live session, go keep the notes in front of you, watch the video once more times. It will clear so much of your doubt, and whatever is understood by you, it will solidify it. Believe me, try today and you will feel it. Yes, this is I'm telling from my own experience. You need 2-3 iterations for this to solidify in your brain. And then that's why they say that if you want to master something, share it. Share it in the sense, not share it on social media. Share it in the sense, teach it to someone. When you teach someone, or when you go through these videos 2 or 3 times, it really solidifies the understanding. So please take out some time from your busy schedule. I know all of you are very, very busy. We all are busy in the whole life, but there are certain things for which we have to take time. This is one of those. Okay? So go through that. Any questions? I think this is the last slide, if I mistake not. Yes. That was the last slide. Any questions? Okay. If not, then inshallah we will stop here. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum. Yeah. Yeah.